I'm getting ready to do a do-over in the greenhouse because I have two issues, I'm almost positive, going on right now. I have thrips and spider mites. So this is the damage of a spider mite. And unless you have a magnifying glass, you can't really see those see the two black spots he has on both sides of his body. Can't really see that without a magnifying glass, so I did order one. And then thrips is the other thing I'm pretty sure I have going on. The damage on the leaves are really similar. So it's kind of like speckled, it's sucking the juice out of the leaves and leaving them pale and wiping them out. Not something that you want to eat, but I'm finding these little guys. None of my books had a good picture of the thrips, but I looked online. It took me, I don't know why, it's so hard to find information as far as what they look like, but my hands are dirty, so forgive me. You can see super tiny. It's hard to see them. They fly. So when I shake the plant, I can kind of see them popping up. And then for the spider mites, they're known to have webbing that they do underneath the leaf. Now, this leaf, it's on top of it, but the way the Malabar spinach grows, it's all kind of piled. So this was like tucked in there. So I have some of the webbing underneath the leaf and some on top. And hey, Tripoli, what you doing, kitty? It's attacking all the parsley. So this looks like thrips to me. The thrips is supposed to be more random, speckled spots kind of bounced around, since the thrips, they fly. And then so this looks like thrips to me. If it was a leaf miner, it would be more of a trail. And Tripoli's like, pay attention to me. And then the spider mites, the focus is supposed to be more along the veins and the stem of the plant. But the damage itself looks really similar. And so and this Malabar spinach, oh, it's so pretty. I think next year I'm going to try to grow it outside on the trellis I have instead of growing it in the greenhouse, because it gets so big and full and it's, overflowing and it climbs up everything, which is fine. But when it gets a problem, it's spreading it everywhere really fast. But it comes up with these pretty little pods and it's very hardy. Like, it is so happy in the heat of the summer. And that and my longevity spinach, which looks like this. So these are the two main spinaches that I grow during, when it's really hot in summer, because these guys, they're happy. They're just big plants. And thankfully, the thrips are just now starting to attack I'm not thankful it's attacking them, but it's just now starting. So if I can catch it early enough, I can save the longevity spinach, but there's no way I can save this Malabar at this point. And I made a big error, and I saw little trails before on some of the parsley. I didn't do anything about it because I was like, it's okay. It's just a few leaves here and there, and I would just pull off those leaves. But man, it got out of control really quick. So that's the key, especially in the summer, is to keep a really close eye on things. And since I haven't really done that this summer, lots of things have just kind of gotten out of control. So it's a do-over in the greenhouse. I'm gonna take all of this out. I'm gonna have to put it in the burn pile because I don't want to put it near the compost, and I don't have tubs big enough to soak it in soapy water, to wipe everything out, because there's so many plants. Like, all of the beds, I'll show you, it's really bad over here. So you can just see how long it's gone on. I mean, these leaves are yellow, they're super sad. But if I shake this, I can see some of them flying around. So you can see how bad that is. That's not a happy leaf. But then even the ones that I have growing new, like these new celeries, at first they're fine, but within a day, look, this one's already starting to get, and that looks like thrips to me. and I don't see the webbing on these. So I don't see the spider mites, the signs of the spider mites. Whoa, what's that? Those are eggs. Can you see those? I'll have to look up. Those are orange eggs. Not good, I'm sure. I'm sure that's not good. So, you know, obviously I have a lot of things going on here in the greenhouse that are not healthy, and I'm getting ready to take another trip. So my plan is to save the longevity spinach. I have a couple of those going. I have the green peppers that look super good and healthy. I have some of my medicinal herbs that seem okay, except the sage. The sage was a great, big, beautiful plant, and I had to trim it all down. So I got like just a little bit left on that. And then I'm gonna really build up the soil. I'm gonna put some earthworm castings, fertilizer. I'm gonna mix my soil with the organic material we have with a little bit of the clay soil and just mix that in. I'm gonna put that in the beds, mulch it with the cedar that we have, and I'm not gonna plant anything until I get back, except for one bed. I'm gonna put some lettuces and carrots probably in one of them, just so I have some things to eat when I get back, because I really do rely on what I'm growing in here for my vegetables. So when I go to the store, I'm not typically getting vegetables. I'm getting oranges and ginger and turmeric. Even though I'm growing ginger and turmeric, I'm not growing that much, and I go through a lot of that. So things like that is what are what I'm buying from the store. So typically vegetables, I'm not really getting vegetables. I probably will be now after I pull these things out, but I'll rely a lot on my sweet potato greens for my vegetables, my green vegetables, the longevity spinach, and a lot of the herbs. I'll do a lot of the herbs, and then I do have parsley and some other things growing out front, and I have my onions. I still have some carrots. Tomatoes are still going. So, you know, I'll be fine with what I have, and I really do try to eat what's in season and what's growing right now, and I just try to make do with what I have here. So I'll be okay as far as not having to go buy a bunch of stuff, but a lot of plants have to get pulled. So I've been avoiding this, and avoiding it has not helped. It's just made things worse. So it's time for me to put my big girl pants on, get to it, get to work, and then I can start fresh, and we'll see what it looks like in the fall. All right, there's thrips and spider mites. Watch out for them. They're a doozy. Boy, they'll wreak havoc if you let them, and I let them. They're like, we like it here. She doesn't care. Like, yes, I do. You're going. You're out. Oh, see? Yeah, you can see them flying around. They're everywhere. They're going to haunt me now. All right. Thanks for listening.